Last week, Valve finally released Steam Game Recording, a video capturing tool built directly into Steam Client, and it isn't just good, it's a game changer. It's engineered for performance, works with any game, and provides you with powerful timeline that highlights every important moment and event, including user-added markers. I can't stress enough how important this thing is. Previously, for every hour of recorded gameplay, I had to spend at least 1 hour more to rewatch it and cut out few of the most memorable moments. Now, with Steam Game Recording, this type of routine is reduced to a minimum, which means you have more time to spend on other meaningful things. You can also set a game-specific bitrate in case if you're going to shoot a scene with a lot of particles and moving objects, or save some space on your drive while shooting turn-based strategy with pixelated graphics. If you are gaming on Windows, chances are high that you're using either OBS or Shadowplay to record your gameplay. One of them is not available on Linux, while the other one is designed by programmers and requires you to read a couple of community guides in order to be properly set up. Don't get me wrong, OBS is a professional-grade software that I myself use every day, but there is no reliable one-switch solution like Nvidia Shadowplay on Linux. I believe Steam Game Recording is here to fix that. It's extremely easy to set up, simple to use, it also supports Linux and works great on Steam Deck. And even though Steam Game Recording is great, it's far from being perfect. Here is a list of top 10 features that I wish to be added or fixed as soon as possible. First of all, we need to separate audio tracks. Currently, it puts both in-game sounds and microphone recordings into the same audio track, which is mildly inconvenient. You have no option to separately fine-tune volume of the game and your own voice in post, which is extremely important for YouTubers. As a result, you get the footage with your own breathing in the background baked into the sound of the game.
No way. Still no roommate? I had to sleep under Liz for 3 years and you know how bad that girl smelled.
Ideally, we need to have at least 3 separate tracks, one for the game, one for the mic, and one for the third-party app like Discord. OBS allows us to record multiple audio tracks, Shadowplay at least allows us to separate mic and an in-game sound, so Valve, please, we need this. It also would be great if we could choose between multiple video and audio codecs, like H.265 or AV1 for video and Opus for audio. Another thing that bothers me so much is that it doesn't capture Steam Overlay. I mean, you can't look through earned achievements on the timeline, you even have a sound of unlocking achievement baked into the audio track, but you can't see overlay notification, which is lame. As I understand it, overlay menu isn't being captured by default because of privacy concerns, to protect users from giving away sensitive information that can't be contained in direct messages, built-in browser, and etc. But me personally, I love when unexpected sudden achievements pops out amidst intense gameplay. I try my best to capture moments like that to showcase them later in my videos, so I would be more than happy to see an option in the future to enable capturing of Steam Overlay. Speaking of overlay, also on Linux some menus have weird scaling issues, like this one. I have to lean forward to my huge 4K display to be able to see folders, and clip metadata looks a bit wrong to me. How many frames per second, you say? Anyway, why do we have to use such a weird default clip name? I would rather prefer something like game title plus date plus time, and I also would be happy to change it by myself in case if I need something specific. I believe many video game journalists and essayists would appreciate option to format file name manually. OBS allows us to do it, so we expect Steam Game Recording to do the same. Another thing that I wish to be addressed is that videos recorded in HDR mode looks a bit different. Take a look at this, I bet you can't notice a difference in color gamut. Second clip definitely looks less brighter and more sort of washed out. Now I understand that basically that's the way it is. It is difficult to bake that HDR effect into a regular SDR video. But nevertheless, many of us record gameplay specifically to share it later on social media platforms, many of which have no capabilities of displaying HDR content. It would be much better to be reminded beforehand that I should toggle that off if I want to, until I wasted hour or two of recording. Just make a simple overlay notification, recording started, HDR enabled, and that will do the job. Hey, if you're liking what you're hearing, please consider joining my Telegram channel. Telegram is a great place to build a community. It's free and unlike many other messengers, it doesn't require you to have an account in order to view my channel. You can access it via web browser pretty much like YouTube. though you might want to make an account in order to ask me anything in the comments or to send me a donation. I keep my videos completely free from paid promotions, product placements and sponsorships. I respect my audience and I need your help to keep it this way. Now let's get back to the script. I also have some performance issues. Sometimes it's barely noticeable and sometimes a footage comes out of it a bit choppy. I don't know whether it's a problem of Steam game recording or Nvidia drivers on Linux, though the problem is not consistent and I haven't been able to pinpoint the exact cause of it. You know, it would be cool if we could disable background recording at all. It doesn't bother me much, but still, the fact that it continues to record gameplay makes me worry about disk space on devices that doesn't come with much storage, like laptops and portable gaming PCs. And last but not least, I know that this probably won't become a feature, but I want game recording to capture screen in Steam Big Picture mode, which might come in handy on Steam Deck. As for now, Steam game recording definitely won't be replacing OBS anytime soon, since it only allows to capture apps launched with Steam overlay on top. So if you need to do a screencasting or you're a streamer, you still have to rely on OBS. Also, I'm not sure how often I would be using game recording on my Steam Deck. If you watch my videos regularly, you know that I've been shooting Steam Deck with my camera pretty much since it came out in 2022. And it's not because I didn't want to give much of a hassle setting up an OBS on deck, but because of its screen resolution, it doesn't look really fair on the big display. If you compare HD footage from Steam Deck with 4K video, it'll look extremely terrible. But that is not a good representation of the way it looks in real life. Because Steam Deck display is actually so small and you typically hold it at an arm's length, and since I'm 2 meters tall, my arms are in fact pretty long. So in real life you simply don't notice those imperfections caused by lower resolution and medium to low graphics preset. When I'm shooting this beast of a handheld with my camera, I aim to recreate that real life feeling of OLED display, which makes me feel like, even playing older titles, like I'm experiencing game for the first time. Steam game recording is a wonderful tool. It already changed my creative pipeline, it works on any platform including Linux, and it has the potential to become something even more incredible. This was Reluctant Anarchist, and I have nothing left to say.